what more honorable for a parent or a grandparent when their child is born or when they're very young to start saving for their education? What more honorable could someone engage in? And now then, in my opinion, because, as Representative Ford said, because we did market this as a guarantee, now the state of Alabama is backing out on its commitment. You know, bailouts are common in Washington. We're bailing out executives. They're being paid huge bonuses. What this is, and that Representative Ford and I put together, is a bailout for these parents and these grandparents who have been promised an education for their children, and the state of Alabama is backing out on it.
And what would happen in the next 5 years, we'd hope the market would have a turnaround and they would change their investment policy procedures. And that's what has been guaranteed to the public today and by previous PACT board members. So that's what we hope takes place. But, you know, this, like Representative Morrow said, this is the AIG of Alabama, except for we're bailing out the children instead of bailing out executives. So I've been also told that why would we want to take money from the general fund, which basically funds your prison systems and various other organizations. My attitude to that is, would we rather take care of prisoners or would we rather take care of education with our children in Alabama? So to me, hey, it may not be a perfect plan, but it's the only plan I've heard of thus far, so we need to start from somewhere.
How exactly will your program save the PACT program?
Right now, they need $26.2 million to meet the next fall semester obligation. What this would do is help them for the next 5 years meet their semester obligations on a 50% base funding level. So basically what we're doing is bailing them out at a 50% level for 5 years. Hopefully at that time, the market will turn around, like I said, but it would give them 50% of the revenue that's needed for the next 5 years.
And how is this going to affect people that are currently in the PACT program?
Well, hopefully what it do is that they continue to fully fund the PACT program. I know they made a motion today to do away with the program and refund the people's money. That's unacceptable. That can't be done. We have a hard enough time having people believe in government as it stands now, especially in today's environment. So, you know, what we would be doing is guaranteeing these PACT participants and their parents that the PACT program would still be in place and their tuition would be paid for their children. You know, I think, you know, like I said earlier, when you're investing your own money, you can take a riskier approach. But when you're investing somebody else's money, you need to take a whole much more safer approach when you're investing this money, especially when it has to do with education.
Do you think the PACT board is going to do that?
I don't know what the PACT board is going to do, but what they've done thus far hadn't worked, so I hope they change their philosophy. Does that answer your question?
The PACT board moved to suspend new enrollments indefinitely. Do you think that your proposal would allow the PACT to become healthy enough eventually to take new enrollments?
I would hope it would, you know, and I feel that that's you know, I just heard that on a telephone call, but I think that's, you know, that's discrimination in nature, that you're going to allow someone that can participate, and then in year 2020, a kid's going to go to college, and his tuition is going to be paid for, and then there's been a kid that could have participated this year or the next year, but they didn't allow him because they froze enrollment. You know, this doesn't address that issue, but I don't like it.
You know, I think we're all betting on the stimulus package. We're all betting on the stimulus package working. What would our general fund budget look like, and what would our educational trust fund budget look like today if it was not for the stimulus fund? So if the economy does not turn around, we're facing a lot more serious problems than the PACT program. We're facing families being totally without means of support. So, you know, I think we've all got to get behind our president. You may not agree with him, but he is our president. Whatever package comes out of Washington, we all better be praying that it does work. And I mean that very sincerely as an economic structure pact.
You know, and the last thing I'll say, it comes down to the bottom line is that the state gave their word. They gave their word that they would back a program and that they would fully fund tuition, and they were backing out on it. And, you know, that's just unacceptable.
Exactly.